Back at it again for another fabulous double cigar review. Today we got the CAO Flathead 660. Okay, well, this cigar has got a lot of acclaim. It's one of CAO's most popular cigars, and CAO is a brand that has a lot of personal history, or we have a lot of personal history with CAO, one of the first brands that introduced us to the world of smoking cigars, and I'm very excited to smoke this Flathead. So this is a Gordo size, but it's a Gordo Box Press. Gordo is usually 6 inches long by 60 ring gauge, which is a bit of a mouthful for the people with smaller mouths, including me. I don't typically enjoy smoking such a fat ring gauge, but because it's a box press, I'm predicting that it'll be a little bit more comfortable. I have reviewed some of the other Flathead versions of the CAO Flathead. They not only have different sizes and different blends, they're all quite different. They just share the Flathead kind of shape as well as motorsport branding. But this one is the most popular one with the highest review of a 95. It was rated number 3 cigar of 2015. So this one I've been looking the most forward to, and that's why we're doing the double cigar review together. So it's called the Flathead, and as you can see, it very much has a flat head, as flat as they come. Usually cigars have kind of like a rounded off top, but man, this thing is flat. So what do you think about the aroma? I'm getting like a sweet cedar. It seems to me like very thick earth, like very good soil type. Like you're gonna grow a bountiful harvest. Yeah, it looks like rich soil. It's like a dark brown, nice tight seams, kind of almost sandpaper, rough feel to it. Medium oil sheen on the wrapper. Well, without further ado, let's start smoking this. It's gonna probably be a long smoke, so I can't wait to get started. Psych. The ring gauge of this guy is so thick, it's actually tough to get it through the guillotine. I think I could just barely make it, but normally when you have a rounded off top, even a 60 gauge cigar, you could get the tip of the crown of the cigar in, because the very tip of the crown is not 60 ring. But this is flat, so it's like you got to squeeze the whole thing in. So we decided to go with the punch. Yeah, because it's so flat and because it's so big, I think the punch is probably a better cutting option. So let's cut her up. All right, off the first light, I'm getting a lot of sweet earth and coffee with a really nice buttery oil mouthfeel. I'm really liking this nice punch. It's been a while since I've used my punch, and I already forgot how much I enjoy a punch. It's got a perfect draw, and it's very clean. You don't get any bits of tobacco in your mouth. I got a kind of buttery earth and leather taste, but I don't have the oil slick. Very good, already medium full-bodied, so it's definitely going to be a full-bodied stick once it warms up. All right, we'll keep smoking, and we'll get back in touch with you guys during the first third. All right, 31 minutes in. As you can see, it's burning very well. Ash is a little bit floury, flaky. It's flowering a little bit. I'm gonna knock mine off. Your ashtray is a bit small for 2 Gordo-sized cigars. Yeah, well, I got my pipe stand here to also hold my cigar. As you can see, we threw on the sweaters. It's getting a little bit chilly. It's starting to get cold here in Seoul. But also today is a kind of hurricane season weather where it's slightly rainy, typhoon winds. And with all of our windows, it's nice, good, clean airflow, but a bit chilly. So first sweater in several months. And back to you, John, with sports. Thanks for that weather forecast, Garrett. All right, flavor-wise, I'm getting a nice sweet wood with a little bit of leather and a charcoaly finish. How about you? Mine was kind of an oily wood, and then with some meat and maybe light cedar or cinnamon kind of spice on the end, but pretty good balance. I'm surprised the body is still staying at medium full. It has not bumped up to full, so I'm looking forward to that. Come on, buddy. It's not disappointing. I think it's very delicious so far, but there's still a lot more cigar to smoke. This is a pretty slow burner. We're just now getting to the second third, and it's already been 30 minutes. One interesting thing about this cigar is You can't get the cigar in any other size because this is the 660 Flathead. If you go for the other sizes, those are actually different blends also. I did those reviews. This is one of a kind, and I'm enjoying it. You don't really see too many high-ranking Gordo-sized cigars, so this is definitely like an industry kind of outlier. It's changing the minds and hearts of many cigar smokers. All right, we're gonna keep smoking, and we'll get back in touch with you guys during the second third. All right, so we are 1 hour 15 minutes in. My burn is a little bit wonky, but it looks to be like it's self-correcting. I'm gonna take my band off now. I was having an issue keeping the smoke thick. My smoke was kind of thin throughout the whole first hour, and I did end up having to relight it, even though I was trying to be careful. It did require a relight, but it's smoking great now. Flavors, I'm getting a strong amount of wood, charcoal, and meatiness. Definitely meatiness. If you like meaty cigars, this is a great cigar for you because it is delicious. I had more meatiness before. Now it's more of very strong charcoal wood, but I'm happy that the body picked up. Now it's up to that full body that I was waiting for the whole time. Strength, I would say it's about a medium. I'm definitely feeling the effects, but it's not too much that I'm getting shaky hands or sweaty. I'm not racing to the kitchen to grab something to snack on just yet. That might happen in the final third, but for now, I'm handling it. Yeah, we still have an hour smoke. Yeah, the band came off real well with no glue issues. I like these big bands for that reason. Great performance out of this. My draw continues to be easy. This cigar, it has a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, and that's where I think I'm getting those meaty Maduro dark notes and the charcoal that I really like. Inside, it's a blend of Nicaraguan and Dominican long fillers. We'll get back in touch with you guys during the final third. Okay, so we are 2 hours, 4 minutes in. It's burning well. I did have to relight my cigar about twice. I had to put it down to eat a snack. I had like a Cliff Bar because I was starting to feel the effects. But besides that, it's been a really good construction. Yeah, okay, the strength is getting to me. We both agreed that the strength is about a medium, but because it's such a long smoke, it'll catch up to you, so we're both feeling it. Flavors haven't really transitioned much from the second third. We're still getting a nice wood, charcoal, meatiness with some coffee. I didn't necessarily need it to transition because I loved the flavors from before. Definitely still a full body smoke. Let's move into final thoughts. Well, I gotta say the size for me, being a man of smaller stature, even though it's box press, I could clench it a little bit easier than a normal Gordo, but it's still just too big for me to smoke comfortably for a long time. Ideally, I would like a smaller size. It's a big cigar, and it's a big time commitment. It burns slow, which is great value for your money. These are not that expensive. Considering I got a 95 review, and because it's over a 2 hour long smoke, you could argue it's really good value for money, but some people don't necessarily want to smoke a cigar for 2 hours. So that's why there are many cigar sizes and shapes, and you can have one of these in your humidor for that special occasion where you have a big meal and you have a long evening to enjoy a full-bodied and medium-strength cigar. I definitely could see myself smoking this in the future. I'm only going to smoke this cigar with guys who are regular cigar smokers and can handle the strength and can smoke a cigar for 2 hours. It just went out again. So some construction issues. I was having issues also with the smoke output. First third was kind of like a thin smoke. I can never get that real chewy smoke that you kind of want. I'm going to compare it to the other Flathead CAO cigars I've had. They're all strong, kind of darker cigars. Flavor-wise, I did like this. That charcoal meat flavor is one of my favorite flavors in a cigar. But I think I like the spark plug more just because it's a more manageable size and then a more manageable smoke time at only 4.5 inches. And with that spark plug, you get the full-bodied kind of experience. Not quite the same flavor profile. I think I like the flavors in this a little bit more. I think the construction issues don't necessarily come from the quality of rolling. It's an issue I have with larger ring gauge cigars in general. Of all the large ring gauges that I've smoked, this is probably the best though. I would say, yeah, it's probably one of them. I don't smoke that many, so it's hard to compare it to other ones. And the other ones I have smoked have usually had issues also. Yeah, some people just like the way a thick cigar looks when they clench it, you know? They just feel like it looks more manly. to have a really large, ring gauge. And I think it does look pretty aggressive. But again, bigger isn't necessarily better for me. That's the beauty of cigars. Some people have different tastes than others. If you like big cigars, great. If not, there's a lot of options for you besides, 60 ring gauge. Let us know what flathead cigars is your favorite. I noticed there's one more, the Gearbox, that we still need to check out because we've reviewed now the 3 of the 4. So I do want to check out the last one. But what's your favorite CAO Flathead cigar? And are there any other Gordo size cigars that you guys recommend for us to check out in the future? With that, we're going to sign off. I hope you enjoyed that cigar review. Feel free to check out our other videos and don't forget to subscribe. Keep enjoying your smokes, people. Adios.